everyone, and welcome back to my second part of knitting Mary from the nativity scene. And in the first video we've knitted the body and the head, and now we're going to do the cloak and the head wrap or the veil. And I went ahead and knitted the easiest part of the cloak, and what I did here, I did a cast on of 34 stitches. Then I did a garter stitch bottom, so I knitted 4 rows on the right side and on the wrong side, and then I've made a edge border of garter stitch on 3 stitches on each side, and just work stockinette in between. And this is just very simple. I did it for about three and a half inches, so I'm just going to show you how I work the wrong side, because on the right side all you do is knit. So on the wrong side we're going to knit the first 3 stitches, and then we purl all the way to the end, all the way till we have 3 stitches left, and then we're going to knit those 3 stitches. And after you've worked about 3.5 inches in stockinette stitch for the cloak, is time for us to do the decreases, and they're very simple. It's just 1 row, and then we're gonna work another row, and then we're gonna cast off. So now I have 3 stitches left on my needle here, and I'm just going to knit those 3 stitches to make the garter stitch border. And when you turn your work, you have something like this. And now for the decreases, all we want to do is knit 2 together to the end of our row. Go, last 2 stitches. So this is what it looks like. It just makes it a bit pleated, I guess. And now we're just gonna knit a row, which will give the right side row some bumps, just to finish up the cloak. And when we're done with this, we're just going to cast off, and we just cast off normally with knit stitches. Okay, so once you've done that, you want to start your cast off. So we're going to knit 1, knit another one, pass the stitch over, and keep doing that until the end. And we're nearly done. And I always like to bring the yarn through one more time, and then we're just going to cut our yarn. You can cut it longer, it doesn't matter. We can trim it when we're done with it. And there you go. That's the cloak all done. It's so cute. And I made it out of cotton yarn because I think it hangs nicely. Okay. The other thing that we need to do is the veil. And I've done the same thing as for the cloak. I've already knitted the stockinette part, and this time I did a cast on of 32 stitches, and then I only did one row of garter stitch, and I have 2 stitches for garter stitch on the edges. And you do the same thing as for the cloak, it's just that the stitch number is different. And now we need to do the decreases, and we're going to do the same. Knit 2 together to the end of the row. Okay, now we have 2 stitches left, which is the garter stitch border, and we're just going to knit those 2 stitches. So we pleated the fabric. Now for the next row, we're going to knit 2, and we're going to purl to the last 2 stitches. And then we're going to knit those 2 because that makes the garter stitch border. We're going to turn our work and we're going to knit all across. Then we're going to turn our work and we're going to do this 6 more times, or maybe for about an inch and a half. But if you want exact rows, you want to repeat the last 2 rows 6 more times, so 12 rows in total. So keep doing that, and I'll see you when we're done with this plain stockinette knitting. So once you finish the stockinette for the 12 rows that you repeated here, we're ready to do the decreases, and this is going to be the last 2 rows, and we're going to start by knitting 7. Then we're going to knit 2 together twice, so once, twice, and then we're going to knit the rest, which should be 7 stitches. Okay, then you want to turn your work and we're going to knit 2, purl 12, and knit 2, and that is it. Now all we need to do is cast off, just the usual cast off, knit 1, knit another one, pass the slip stitch, and keep going like this. And we're going to stitch it all together when we assemble the whole parts. So the last thing that we need to do for Mary is the arm, and I've done one here. It's very fast knit, but we have the sleeve and the hand here, so I'll show you how to do that. We're going to make a slip knot as per usual, and then we're going to cast on 2. So I have 1, and then I'm going to cast on another 1. Okay, now I'm going to knit from back in both stitches, so we're going to have 4. Then we're going to purl. Then we're going to do knit from back again in every stitch, so we're going to increase or double the number of stitches into 8. And this tail always gets in the way, so you want to, oh, I think I caught it. Yeah. So you just want to keep on pulling it down, because we're going to work in a triangle to start with. Okay, then I'm going to purl. And then we want to work stockinette for 8 rows. So knit 1 row, purl 1 row for 8 rows. And I'm going to put that on time lapse. Done with the 8 rows, we're gonna do some more increases. So we're gonna knit from back, then knit 1, knit from back, knit 1, knit from back, knit 1, knit from back, knit 1. So we have 12 stitches. Then we're gonna purl a row, oops, then we're gonna knit a row, so as you can see, it makes it look a bit like a bell sleeve. Sorry. Now we're going to knit 2 together 6 times. So we're going to halve the stitches. And we're going to knit 2 together on the wrong side, which will give purl bumps on the right side. And I think we're kind of done with the sleeve. Yeah, we're done now. So we have 6 stitches. We're going to break our yarn, or cut it. And we're going to attach the, we're going to attach the flash collar. And it doesn't matter about these ends, because we're gonna tuck them in anyway. And now we want to knit 5 rows in stockinette. So that's 1, 2, 3. This is the last row in the stockinette, and we're nearly done. Okay, now for the last row, we're going to purl 2 together 3 times. Once, 1, 2, are done, let's cut the yarn this time. And you want to take your tapestry needle, and then we're going to go through the 3 stitches, pull the needle out and pull, and then go again and make a knot. And that is it. That is the arm and the hand. And now you want to get everything out of your way and take all your pieces and lay them out like this. And don't forget your stuffing, and you want to put it all together. So I'm going to put it all on time lapse because otherwise it takes too long. But it's very simple. What we do is we start here at the bottom, and you're going to sew it up, and then sew it up this way. And when you get here, you start stuffing, and then you go all the way, and then you go all the way to the head. So close all this gap, and then we're going to attach the arms. And then you're going to put some hair, and you put the veil and the cape, and then you're done. Oh, one more thing that you need is one of these cardboard discs to put at the bottom, so your Mary stands. But yeah, I'm going to put it all on time lapse.